All right, welcome back. Today's been an interesting day of knife videos. We have another knife here, so we're going to get this opened up here. Demko AD20.5 with the $11 Amazon scales. Doing the good work, helping get things open here. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I just love how direct this cuts. When you tell it what to do, it does it. And yeah, just the shark's foot has treated me very well. I actually found another really cool shark's foot knife today that you'll be seeing on the channel at some point here. But let's see what we've got today. Heck, who knows? It might actually be another shark's foot. In fact, I think it might be. So, get this open. I'm seeing it right. It looks... Not what I was expecting. That's really interesting. Now I know which one this is. So, this is interesting bearing swap. I'm surprised people keep doing these skiff bearings. I gotta go watch a video on why people are making these doing these skiff bearings on a lot of these Demkos, because I mean, I've just found the factory ones to be so good that it's hard for me to imagine that someone goes, oh man, I really wish the bearings were better on this knife. So this one's definitely seen better days. I think this is probably one of the more beat up looking examples I've seen. You can see a little dirt here, but this is a pre-owned AD20S. What do we have here? I actually don't even know what this is. I think that's an AD20S box though. So let's see what we got. Interesting. So this one has the original goat scales on it. And that is an AD20S. Whoa, those are interesting feeling. Take a look at that. Very different than, it's actually almost the opposite from what you would normally see from a Demko knife. It's like indented instead of textured. So that's interesting. I cannot remember exactly what this knife is. So let's take a look around it. Feels great. D2. So it's a AD20S and D2. Just get a little feel for it. Feels great. So, wow, yeah. I mean, maybe it's those skiff bearings, but it's one of the smoothest ones I felt. It looks like it has more wear on it. I don't see like really almost anywhere on the original goat scales here. Pretty sure that's the name. I'm pretty sure what that's the original goat. Really nice inside. Let's see if I can get some light on the subject here. Demko. Let me just throw this up in my lamp here. So inside there, just the Demko OG. I don't know, maybe these are aluminum. I think I see like an element aluminum. I think what this is here is like the element aluminum. If I'm seeing it right, but this is a reminder I need to get a good flashlight over here. I actually think I do have one Indeed I do. Okay, let me get, all right, so yeah, I think I see AL. Do this in a spot where you can see it too. So you see that like aluminum or AL there. OG like the original goat. Demko 8020. It says 8020, but I do believe that that is a, this is kind of funny how this video's coming together, but you know, 8020.5. Or not, I'm sorry, I said 8020.5. I meant 8020S. And indeed it is, as you can see from the thickness here, as opposed to an 8020. I think this one might have skiff on it also. I have to double check. Much thicker. So yeah, it's a D2 8020, has the original G10 scales. Now I get to kind of see what those look like inside. Basically not milled, which is classic Demko. Go for the robustness. Yeah, I mean, they're really strong feeling. And we'll see how this plays out, but I'm gonna try and get this cleaned up here where it's a little dirty. Could be wear. That could be from the pocket clip. I think that's pocket wear from the clip right there. So that's interesting. Not many of these have been used enough to even show that, but this guy put some pretty good wear on it. You can see some good wear up here too. Probably where it's being grabbed out of the clip or out of the pocket or whatever. And yeah, this is just a good old, I gotta go see what the story was on this thing, but no slot, which is kind of cool. There's definitely some use there, but not serious. And I don't think it's been sharpened. Maybe straubed or something like that, but it doesn't, it looks like the original edge. So unless this seller is like really good at sharpening, I think it's the original edge. You'll be able to tell a little bit if I just grab some paper and try and give it a cut. Because if it's not cutting super well, it is. I don't know. So either it's been sharpened, I'll contact the seller on the phone, find out a little more of the history, but it's very sharp. So either the seller is really good at sharpening, or it wasn't used much on cutting, it was just carried a lot but not cut with a lot, which are two different things, as we all know. But yeah, it's always good to get an AD20S. They're hard to come by. And I don't remember what the story was on this one, but I'm gonna get it back into its more original form. I do like these scales. They do feel really nice, actually. Different than the factory ones. Not really my style on the color, frankly, but very nice. So I'll probably get those off of there and maybe just sell them. I don't know. We'll see. But they're super solid. Pretty darn nice. So this was going to be a pretty short one. There's not a lot to say here. You got a G10 AD20S in D2 steel, and apparently some nice skiff bearings too, because this thing, the action is just ridiculous. And one of the things I've noticed when these are really broken in, or maybe even not broken in, you can, without even touching the shark lock, so I'm going to keep my finger right here, you can whip this knife open, which is super cool. There have been some reports of AD20Ss, by the way, with lock stick. I don't know if you even call it lock stick, but when it gets whipped open really hard, it'll stick. And I've seen that on some of mine too. I think it's just before they get broken in, but I don't know for sure. So it'd be interesting to hear what the story is on some of those. But this one is just a dream. So there you go. Demko AD20S. Originally a G10 orange with some skiff bearings in it. So I'll probably return this to factory and sell the aftermarket parts because it's not really my style. But hey, good to get another Demko, and one that could be a really, you know, like one you could really just use. You got nothing to fear here, really. It's been used, and that's, I think, why I bought this one, but I'll go back and get the history on it. But it's more of like a user AD20S to see what it'd be like to carry an AD20S, which sharp. It's got the bright color, which, you know, kind of goes with my normal carry approach, and just sell off some of these parts and go back to a factory configuration and it should be good. So brief one, thanks for stopping by today, and please feel free to let me know if you want the parts, and I'll give you a really good deal on them. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. All right, take care.